It is 6:34 a.m. However, I have been over here for approximately 4 to 5 minutes already. So as of my arriving at the specific location of Vine and G, upon leaving the vehicle that I'm sleeping in on FERN and G, maybe 55 feet away from this corner at 7-Eleven, which is at Vine and G Street. Upon engaging in my routine, which is to go to 7-Eleven or to go to the Stater Brothers, which of course is well known because I am subject to ongoing stalking by the government, which, by the way, used my personal information that was nowhere on the outside of my vehicle in order to have it towed through a third party, which is a subject of pending civil litigation against Bill and Wags. Ontario Police, by no coincidence, is present at Vine and G. There is a vacant Ontario Police vehicle number 1850, license 1503460. The headlights are on. The vehicle is empty. I walked across the street upon noticing it and upon documenting the other third-party conduct that was actively engaged in the presence of law enforcement. As the principal, as the state stalking system is relevant for purposes of what I am documenting. The police vehicle is at Vine and G in front of 713 Vine Avenue. This is specifically apartment number 1. It's parked adjacent right to apartment number 1 and the parking lot. There's a white van parked nearest in the parking lot with license 8 Henry, Illinois, Los Angeles 678. And again, I've been here for over 5 minutes. It is particularly quiet. This is not the first time that Ontario Police has arrived actually in this specific location. And I mean, particularly to when I was parked here on Vine and G before they stole my car. And as of right now, I am near the vehicle. I am walking in the residential parking lot that it is adjacent to. Police are nowhere inside. The headlights on the vehicle are on, and it is, again, most relevant in proximity to my location as I walk from the car that I slept in to 7-Eleven to make a purchase at Vine and G. The police vehicle is parked at Vine and G. It is empty with the headlights on. The vehicle is off. And in addition to that, upon getting up, I encountered the ordinary stalking conduct on the part of the third parties. Car horns, in sync with my movement, my activity, people standing around with their communication devices in parallel to my position. I just want to make sure I document the specific presence of Ontario Police, which is in proximity to my location at 7-Eleven, less than 50 feet from the store. It is November 10th. Again, now it is 6:37 a.m. As I go inside to complete a purchase, which is part of my thorough documentation of every place that I go where this state stalking system is in existence. Okay, upon exiting 7-Eleven, just want to be thorough. The Ontario Police Department vehicle is still present at Vine and G, which of course that's going to be the case. They are aware that I'm documenting them. But the significance of this is not only that it is in conformity to the pattern of conduct with regard to law enforcement's obsessive remaining where I am and in the proximity of where I am, directly and indirectly through third parties and through the government that is flying around overboard, maintaining a static presence in the sky. But this is also specific to the particularly odd and still complicit to the overall pattern of conduct specific to Ontario Police, leaving their vehicles, still demonstrating their presence, but just not being inside of the vehicle, specific to Starbucks, for example, at San Antonio and Holt. Ontario Police vehicle left its car empty in the handicap parking spot, and it was also relevant where the location of the vehicle was, which was parallel to where I generally sit all the time inside of the Starbucks, which is known because these people are stalking me and following me, but the vehicle was empty. I walked inside. The officer was nowhere inside of the Starbucks. not inside of the restrooms. I specifically noted that they were empty. And upon my entering the parking lot, there was no officer anywhere walking around. And interesting to note, as I stand at the corner of Vine and G, there is a white airplane that is flying east, I would say northeast, directly above me and directly above this police vehicle. Just noting all of the concerted action that's going on simultaneously while I document them. But this action right here with Ontario police leaving their vehicles around is no different than them engaging in stalking conduct, whether they were sitting there like the weirdos that they are. This is not the first time that they've left their vehicle, and in order to suggest that I don't know what that is suggestive of, but it's still reminiscent of the same maintenance of presence in my location, proximity to my location. It speaks to the cowardice. They leave their car and they run off somewhere and disappear so that I can't write down their physical description. They represent an office, and the Ontario police is currently engaged in ongoing stalking, and this now new aspect of it is them leaving their cars empty upon them knowing or being fearful of the fact that I will identify them inside of the car. That's what that's about. That's what that was about at Starbucks, and not only that, when I wrote down what occurred, the vehicle suddenly disappeared out of the handicapped parking spot in the Starbucks parking lot when he was nowhere inside of the Starbucks getting a drink. And this is in conformity to that same odd behavior. This is in addition to the third-party conduct that I continue to document. That is sitting in their cars, that is using their communication devices, that is the airplanes that fly over obsessively, repeatedly, unceasingly in every location that I am at, and in proximity to the location that I am at. That is conduct that is to be assessed under the totality of circumstances. And under the totality of circumstances here at Vine and G, it is very well known what my habits are as far as the stalkers watching me and following me everywhere. So being at Vine and G and the presence of an Ontario police vehicle that may be physically empty so that I cannot identify the officer that is inside, but it's still left with its headlights on, and it is still a vehicle that was turned off right in front of and within less than 50 feet from the store that I enter as I left the car that I slept in last night, which again, the planes fly over obsessively. It is no secret where I'm sleeping. It's no secret what I get up and do. This is a part of the pattern of conduct that I am continuing to document. As I walk now, this is Vine Avenue, and I'm walking south of the position of that parked Ontario police vehicle toward Holt Boulevard. And again, it is 6:47.